Shabbat Shalom. So I had I delivered my commentary today, and now I've got the audio file, and I'm going to put together the video that I'll be posting on my channel with the rest of my commentaries. And so I figured I'd start live streaming. And first, I'll do all the setup and stuff. I'm going to, maybe I'll give people a chance to come on in. I was doing a Bible reading video the other day, and someone started posting in the chat, but with those, I try not to. I just want to do the reading, so I don't read the chat for those. But first, got it up on YouTube on the other one, on my other screen here. Put it in my the playlist I wanted in, the commentary prep playlist. Now I will start sharing around. Then I'll give people, if people happen about, then they can come in and start watching. Maybe we can get a chat going. There, I shared on Facebook. Now I'll share it on Twitter. The hashtags. There. And now I'll paste a few other spots, and then I'll get started. USA.life. I got all these in the description. I want to check out any of these other social media sites. I finally get, a lot of these I joined when the COVID stuff started, and then the Truth Social popped up, and I was thinking of doing that one, but at this point it's just on so many that I didn't care. Here's kind of messy. It's a nice day out today, so I was driving with the windows down. Let's see. And now I need to post it on. You share it on Telegram. Oh, no, I can't see the Telegram icon. Just search for it quick. There, still there.
Hi, Dad. I'm gonna head out.
Okay, love you. God bless you. Bye. Have fun. All right, now I will bring up my banner for the spoilers. Views, commentary banners. Spoilers for 413. That's today. Actually, let's see. Now I need to open video pad. I'll open video pad before I start sharing my screen. Oh, needs an update. See how long that takes. Sure, you want to install this version over top of your previous installation. Oh. You want to let me do it? Well, let's see if I can just open that without. Oh, there, it did open. Move stuff around. So I guess I have an out of date one. That's okay. I also share system audio. So hopefully hear the audio as I'm working on this. First, I'll bring in. There's the audio. I'll open the PowerPoint that I used for the commentary today. I got good feedback on it, so so hopefully, anyone watches it will we'll get something out of it. It's always a concern because I always wonder like it makes sense to me, but does it make sense to other people? Like I have this information. Let's see, I want to do it there, JPEG. But am I conveying that information well to the audience? There, let's save this quick. And then I'll have to check out what my next commentary, what my next portion is in the schedule. There, so we got that all set. So let's bring in the audio. Then I'll have to play around with the settings. Increase. Okay, yeah. So
My name is Henry Thrun. Hello, my name is Henry
let me
Thrun.
cut out this early part here.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn.
First, I'm going to amplify it. Let's try 250. I forget what I did before. I like the wrong numbers. Let's try this.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's
better. I
Torah
might try
portion
to
is
increase it a little more
Tazria, or
later.
She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started
No, I want to play it down here.
doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah.
Okay.
My
There we
name
go.
is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion.
Second, I'm getting a call. All right, sorry about that. Oh, and I gotta share my screen again with the audio.
Is Tazria, or she conceives. Most of you who come
I
to
have to
Corner
cut out
Fringe
part early on
started
here. I
doing
had trouble
so
with
to
the
learn
clicker.
more about obeying the
I think
Torah
it's
as followers of
this
Jesus
part
under
here.
the new covenant.
Yeah, let me. Split it here.
Under the new covenant. Click. Oh, there it goes. We usually do.
All right, yep, right there should be good. So I'll cut out this.
Jesus under the new covenant. We usually direct people to.
That's a little abrupt. I think I need to back this up a little bit here. I'll do it. Let's try about halfway between the two blips.
Under the new covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's.
Sufficient. All right, now I can start adding slides, and I think the sound is all right there. Maybe I'll try increasing a little. Yeah, I'll play around with it until until it's too loud. Yeah, let's first start. Bring. That's number one. Fade in.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or she conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the new covenant.
I think I will. I will bring it down a little bit. I think it's something a little bit much there. Let me try 275. I think this might be where I usually get it at. And let me bring in the next slide. Add the fade.
Jesus under the new covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over found.
And actually, I think, yeah, I'll just go back to 250. That's still sounding pretty loud to me.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or she conceives. Most of you who come to Jesus under the new covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over foundational teaching on that topic, the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. There's a very controversial topic covered in that series. It was controversial even at the time the events in the Bible occurred. To establish some background for Galatians, events in the Bible occurred. To establish some background for Galatians, Pastor Daniel looked at Acts 15 and the Jerusalem councils even at the time the events in the Bible occurred. To establish some background for Galatians, Pastor Daniel looked at Acts 15 and the Jerusalem council's decision that Gentiles entering the faith do not have to get circumcised in the flesh. However, when we get to...
Okay, there it goes. Where was it? Where did it leave off?
Controversial even at the time the events in the Bible occurred.
I actually might bring it. Oh, is this two different sound effects now? Oh, I think it is. I'm going to bring them down even a little bit more. Yeah. Did I accidentally copy that into two?
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series. Hello, my name is Henry.
I've got something mixed up here. 40, what? I'm trying both at 2:30. This is excellent. I'd have to look back and rewind and see if I must have typed that wrong.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah.
Actually, yeah, let me bring them both down to 200.
As
Once I get this part down, it'll be
hello, my name is
quicker.
Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's.
I think I'm going to go back. I'll go to 210. I'm kind of picky, but it is what it is.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah.
You know what it is? I think it's a little louder to start with, and I bet in the booth they adjusted it. So I've got to go a little bit beyond that first part. Let me try 220 again.
We usually direct people. Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah.
Now I'll go back up again to
as followers of Jesus under the.
Try 240.
Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's. Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over foundational teaching on that topic. The letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. We usually direct people to. Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over foundational teaching on that topic, the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. There's a very controversial topic covered in that series. It was controversial even at the time the events in the Bible occurred.
Okay, I think I will. I don't know. I've got my audio turned down quite a bit, so I'm trying to base it on how I usually have it set for other videos. I feel like I keep going back and forth. I am going back and forth. I should just leave it because, like, right now I got my computer at a 10. I think I'm going to go back down to 220 again. And
Hello,
So that sounds like
my name is Henry Thrun, and this
is
week's
what
Torah
the-
portion is Tazria, or
12.
She Conceives. Most of you who come
I
to
think it's-
Corner Fringe started
I
doing
think I'll
so to learn
just settle
more
with this.
about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over foundational teaching on that topic, the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. There's a very controversial topic covered in that series. It was controversial even at the time the events in the Bible occurred. To establish some background for Galatians, Pastor Daniel looked at Acts 15 and the Jerusalem Council's decision that Gentiles entering the faith do not have to get circumcised in the flesh. However, when we get to Acts 21, we see circumcising babies was upheld. On different occasions, I've been asked by people who watch the Galatians series, why, if
I'm going to turn it down again because I feel like I'm getting a bit of feedback. I'm noticing just a little bit of it, but I'll keep going. I'll add the next slide. Do. So we go back down to 210. Oops.
we usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he. Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives. Most of you who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah.
I think we're going with this. I'm going to shut the blinds quick, so it'll be just a second.
The
Keep
Torah
going here.
as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over foundational teaching on that topic, the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. There's a very controversial topic. It was controversial even at the time the events in the Bible occurred. To establish some background for Galatians, Pastor Daniel looked at Acts 15 and the Jerusalem Council's decision that Gentiles entering the faith do not have to get circumcised in the flesh. However, when we get to Acts 21, we see circumcising babies was upheld. On different occasions, I've been asked by people who watch the Galatians series, why, if Gentiles don't have to get circumcised, do babies need to? This is a great question. The command to circumcise newborns is in this week's portion, so I'm going to try answering this question in today's commentary. I believe it's important because it involves the understanding of why Gentiles no longer have to get circumcised in the first place, and in turn, involves understanding of the spirit of the law and following it under the new covenant. Let's first look at why we circumcise newborns. It's a common practice in our culture, but there's growing resistance to it. This is usually based on the fact it's painful and debate over its long-term health. I've heard it called a Jewish tradition, but let's go to this week's portion.
Yeah, now it's almost a little quiet, but I think I'm just going to leave it. People, I think as long as it's clearer and people can turn it up and they don't have to turn it up like all the way. I think settle for that.
For its long-term health. I've heard it called a Jewish tradition, but let's go to this week's portion. Leviticus 12:1. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, if a woman has conceived and born a male child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, as in the days of her customary impurity she shall be unclean. And on the 8th day the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised." As we see here, it's not just a Jewish tradition. It was commanded by God through Moses. For the sake of argument, let's say the potential physical risks outweigh any health benefits. That would not negate this command. Our pain and health don't override God's commandments. For example, God commanded Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. That would not have been good for Isaac's health. But Abraham understood God is supreme and his commands must be followed. And he understood that following God requires sacrifice. So here we have one type of circumcision, infant circumcision. There is another type commanded in Torah. Infant circumcision. There is another type commanded in Torah. Exodus 12:48. And when a stranger dwells with you and wants to keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. And then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as a native of the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat it. One law shall be for the native born and for the stranger who dwells among you. We have non-infant circumcision for people who weren't part of Israel, Gentiles. If a non-believer wanted to follow the God of Israel, he had to get circumcised. Notice how it says they will be as a native of the land.
I'm picking up a little bit of, I don't know if it'd be called feedback, but then I don't think I think that's from the actual recording, so there's nothing I can do about that. But I think I'm just going to leave the volume as is still. It's pretty faint, so.
Follow the God of Israel, he had to get circumcised. Notice how it says they will be as a native of the land. After circumcision, past lineage meant nothing. They were as much someone born to Jewish parents who got circumcised on the 8th day. There was no distinction between the two. This meant they were supposed to follow the same law. That's important for later in this commentary. Now let's look at the purpose of circumcision given earlier to Abraham.
Oh, I'll make connect. There. I can set my transition.
That's important for later in this commentary. Now let's look at the purpose of circumcision given earlier to Abraham. Genesis 17:10. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your descendants after you. Every male child among you shall be circumcised, and you shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskins, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and you. He who is 8 days old among you shall be circumcised, every male child in your generations. He who is born in your house or bought with money from any foreigner who is not your descendant. Now, this is the first record in the Bible of God commanding circumcision on the 8th day. descendant. Now, this is the first record in the Bible of God commanding circumcision on the 8th day. He who is born in your house and he who is bought with your money must be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised male child who is not circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin, that person shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. Circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin, that person shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. God commanded circumcision as a sign of a man's covenant with him. This involved not just him getting circumcised, but also his male children. The newborn's circumcision is part of their parents' covenant with God. This is the first difference between the two types of circumcision to keep in mind. So based on what we just read, it makes sense that there were men at the Jerusalem Council in Acts 15 saying Gentiles had to get circumcised. However, Paul, Barnabas, and others disagreed. Why did they disagree? Let's look at some background in Acts leading up to the Jerusalem Council. First, the day of Pentecost after Yeshua's ascension. Why did they disagree? Let's look at some background in Acts leading up to the Jerusalem Council. First, the day of Pentecost after Yeshua's ascension. Acts 2:2. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled the whole house where they were sitting. Then there appeared to them divided tongues as of fire, and one sat upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. God performed a miracle with these Jewish followers of Yeshua. He filled them with his Holy Spirit, which was manifested by speaking in other tongues. Now let's look ahead sometime later to when Peter met with some Gentiles.
And it's already over halfway through the commentary. This is, only 16 slides in this one.
Which was manifested by speaking in other tongues. Now let's look ahead sometime later to when Peter met with some Gentiles. Acts 10:44. While Peter was still speaking these words, the Holy Spirit fell upon all those who heard the word. And those of the circumcision who believed were astonished, as many as came with Peter, because the gift of the Holy Spirit had been poured out on the Gentiles also. For they heard them speak with tongues and magnify God. God gave the Holy Spirit to the physically uncircumcised Gentiles, just as he had given it to the circumcised Jews at Pentecost. Peter went on to reference this at the Jerusalem Council. As he had given it to the circumcised Jews at Pentecost. Peter went on to reference this at the
The noise in the background is my son. Do you hear that?
Jerusalem Council in Acts 15, verse 8. So God, who knows the heart, acknowledged them by giving them the Holy Spirit, just as he did to us, and made no distinction between us and them, purifying their hearts by faith. Based on God pouring out his Holy Spirit on both the circumcised Jews and the uncircumcised Gentiles, Peter was stating that God made no distinction between them. Just like God made no distinction between circumcised native-born Israelites and circumcised foreigners. This demonstrated to Peter that God had already established a covenant with these Gentiles because he was treating them just as he was treating the Jews. That's why the Jerusalem Council came to the conclusion that Gentiles turning to Jesus do not have to get physically circumcised. Now, does the Jerusalem Council's decision mean circumcision was completely done away with? Paul gives some more detail in his letter to the Colossians.
Oops, there we go.
Done away with? Paul gives some more detail in his letter to the Colossians. Colossians 2:11. In him you were also circumcised, with the circumcision made without hands, by putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Christ. It's not that they weren't circumcised, rather they received a greater circumcision. God had already made a covenant with them and had already spiritually circumcised them. There was no need then for fleshly circumcision.
Let's see if I should cut any of this audio off at the end here.
On the 8th day. Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, I can cut it right here. Oh, it's kind of laggy. I wonder if that update will help. I didn't want to spend time trying to figure out why I wouldn't do the update. Maybe later, some other time I should, otherwise could eventually catch up to me. One thing I'm worried about is I might have to pay. Well, one time it made me do an update and I had to pay. And so hopefully it wouldn't make me like pay again. But maybe if that happened, I'd actually look around and see if there's something else. I really wish Microsoft just still had their movie maker installed. They still have like Paint and even improve that. They got 3D Paint, and so it would be nice if they still have a movie maker.
For fleshly circumcision. So the sign of Gentiles entering covenant with God after the death and resurrection of Yeshua is reception of the Holy Spirit. This was demonstrated by their speaking in tongues and magnifying God. Infants are unable to make the decision to follow Jesus, so they are unable to receive that circumcision of Christ. This is the second difference between the two types of circumcision. These two differences are why in Acts 21 we read that Jews should still circumcise infants. Some believe Acts 21 is saying that Jews still have to get circumcised, but Gentiles don't have to. Get circumcised, but Gentiles don't have to. But recall from earlier that a circumcised foreigner is the same as a native born and has to keep the same laws. So if a Gentile receives the circumcision of Christ and even greater circumcision, he is just as a native born Jew, and he has to follow the law to circumcise his newborns on the 8th day. Newborns cannot make a covenant with God, and were unable to even under the old covenant. Infant circumcision was and is a demonstration of the parents dedicating their families to God, making a covenant between God and their children. A newborn cannot declare he has been filled with the Holy Spirit, and we can't give our babies the circumcision of Christ. If we have the Holy Spirit, we are in covenant with God, must obey his law, and physically circumcise our babies on the eighth day. Shabbat Shalom.
All right. I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, that's good. I can start processing it now. Save it one more time. Export file name. Yep. Save it in there. Excuse me. I think that's all good. I'm going to run the bathroom quick while this is running, and then I will upload it to the channel. All right, it's all done. Let's see how it sounds. Let me share the screen again. Also share system audio.
Hello, my name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Tazria, or She Conceives.
All right,
Most of
seems
you
fine.
who come to Corner Fringe started doing so to learn more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the New Covenant. We usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over
Just want to check
foundational
the
teachings on that topic,
transitions.
the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. There's a very controversial topic covered in that series. It was
Go with the skipping ahead.
if Gentiles as newborns. It's a common practice, she shall be unclean. And on the 8th day conceived and born a male child, then she shall be unclean 7 commandments. For example, God commanded Abraham and wants to keep the Passover to the Lord, circumcision. There is another type commanded in Torah, Exodus 12:48. And when a stranger of Israel of circumcision, given earlier to Abraham, Genesis 17:10, record in the Bible. This involved not just him getting circumcised. God commanded circumcised had to get circumcised. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and believed were astonished, as many as came with Peter, us, and made no distinction between, because he was treating them just as he was treating the Jews. That's why the circumcision of Christ. It's not that they weren't circumcised, rather they received a greater, able to receive that circumcision of Christ. This is the second difference between the two types of circumcision. These two differences are why in Acts 21 we read that Jews should still circumcise infants. Some believe Acts 21 is saying that Jews still have to get circumcised, but Gentiles don't have to. But recall from early was and is.
All right, looks all right. Shut this all down. Let's see. No, I want to put on YouTube. I think I'll stop sharing my screen just in case. Let me look around, get everything set up here. Just checking my Twitter quick. Yeah, I just want to make sure it doesn't accidentally. I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be any private information up, but yeah, I think this is okay. I'll just I'll present it, and there's not anyone watching anyway, so even if there is an issue, or there's no one to see it. All right, so here's the MP4 file. I'll just slide that over. And now I will use the same title that I did. Why circumcise newborn males? I'm wondering if I should do like I do want to mention something about like that's from the Bible that kind of goes with my channel, but still it might help. Why does Oh, here. Why circumcise newborn males under the new covenant? Let's see. Turn on the light. Yeah, because there is that distinction. Like someone might be like, and actually there is that. People use the argument a lot. It's like they'll say like, well, that was just an Old Testament thing. What about New Covenant? And even for those like casual attenders at our church, they'll ask that because like going through Galatians, seeing, oh, well, Gentiles don't have to get circumcised because it's the New Covenant. So I think, yeah. Why circumcise newborn males under the new covenant? I think I'll leave it like that. I can always change it later if need be. Let me bring up another one here. I'm going to look at my last video just to get the it's because it's been a while. I have to remember how to all the info I'll put here. 2024 Tazria Torah portion. Yeah. All right, and then I got to put my citations. So I'm getting these. Yeah, this is the original PowerPoint. Okay, and so here is the Galatians series. I'm gonna put the link for that. I gotta do a search for it. Corner Fringe isn't coming up. I wonder if it's being shadow banned. It's not coming up my subscriptions like most of the other ones and like it used to. Here, now that I got it, I'll share it here so everyone can see it. These are the most recent series at church from our other pastors. This is one our Pastor Daniel's doing just some videos. Now, okay, this is the excerpt series where they took parts of the Galatians series by one. Let me see what they're titled. Quick, Community Life, Riddle Me This, and this isn't kosher. Yeah, so I don't know if any of those are like about circumcision or not. Like, I know it definitely covers it in the overall series, but I want to, and that's why I want to include that one. Here it is. Yeah, because here, the Jerusalem Council, circumcision. Yeah, so it's talking about right away. So let me add that tab here. Okay, so this is a video cited. Put the link. And then, yeah, I don't actually read these ones, so I think I'll just leave the citations for these ones off. Look through the notes a little bit here. Leviticus 12, 1 through 3. Verses covered. Remove this over here. Exodus 12, 48 through 49. typing keeps getting worse and worse. Get to 49. Genesis 17, 10 through 12, 10 through 14. We get Acts 2, 2 through 4. It's 10, 44 through 46. Acts 15, 8 through 9. Colossians 2, 11. And I actually did like a sermon years ago after the Galatians series where I looked at every time circumcision is mentioned in the New Testament. I wanted to reference it in this, but I just didn't have the time. Came up so close to the time limit already. So now, I have to put my new Twitter on here. And so let me I gotta set my default. So let's see if I can remember how to do that. Go YouTube Studio. I think I can bring this over here. Bright subtitles comment. I don't think it's customization. Was it? Let me check. Yep, here it is. No, this one has it. Oh, did I copy that from another one? It's basically. Oh, I guess I'll leave it then. I got the thumbnail. Okay, playlist. This will go into, I'll put my favorites to help the algorithm. Go to altered content and tell us more about your video. Oh, hey, what was it doing there? Bible Christian commentaries. Yeah, I think that'll do. Not made for kids. Nope. Mac chapter, sure. Featured places, allow automatic places. Allow automatic concepts, sure. I gotta add the tags. This is in English. United States English. This content is never aired on television in the US. I guess that's true. Recording date. Today. Deal location. Rapids, Minnesota. Okay, I think that should be good. Yeah, and now I'll add the tags. You gotta reopen that last video I was getting my stuff from. Edit video here. really wondering why it had my old stolen Twitter in there. Oh, it's got my Parler in it. I might have to look into that more later on. Okay, let me copy the tags from this other video. Yeah, Genesis, Abraham. This wasn't as much about, think about the gospel, Matthew, Mark, John. It wasn't about the epistles. It talked about Paul, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Some of these I think are good for. Yeah, this one is Tazria. So I think I could take out Jethro. I wish I could put it in between them here. Commandments, law. Moses is giving Moses, Christians, God law. I'll take over Deuteronomy, judgments. Fear, love, serve. No. Foreigner, we talk about Jew, Israel, Israelite, Gentile, Galatians, Acts. Okay, and we also have Leviticus. Holy, just, good. We didn't talk about Romans. Talk about sin or lawlessness. Saying this from Revelation. No. Okay. So it's called She Conceives, so I'll just put conceives. We talk about, I got Galatians. Do I have Galatians? Yeah, I did. Now I'm looking through my through the sides here. Circumcision. They have the Acts in here. Yep, Acts. Okay, Jerusalem. I think I deleted that one. So Council, Jeru. So my understanding is it's good to put it both ways. So we had Gentiles, right? Foreigner. I'll put in here Gentiles. Put newborn, infant, babies. So it's age restricted, so it should be okay. I think any kid this would come up for like any kid kids watching on their on the kids YouTube thing where they restrict the videos that go up. So yep, I got New Covenant. Well, I got Old Covenant, New Covenant. Let me do like I did earlier. Spell it out both ways. I think I had Leviticus. Yeah, I added Leviticus. We have Moses. At Abraham. At Exodus. Passover. We talk about Passover in there. Gentile? Yeah. Let me do a singular Gentile. Oops, am I out of room? Oh no, I already had it. Oh, well, that's nice. It doesn't, it automatically leaves it off if it's already in there. Covenant. I do have covenant. Male child, children. I'll just leave it like that. Oh, let's see. Do I have the Holy Spirit as one? All together. Tongues, fire, tongues of fire, speaking in tongues. Oh, almost out of room. Oh, do I have Peter? I got Paul, Peter. I'll have to start getting rid of some of them. X10, X15. Did I put in Colossians? Oh, doesn't look like I did. Yes, Christ, right? Yep. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just get rid of a couple here. I think I'll get rid of some of these ones. Yeah, there we go. There it is. And I think I already looked through all these. So next, it's subtitles. Add an end screen. Let's see. So video, I want to choose a specific video. Search your videos, and this will be there, Paul on circumcision. That's the one I was talking about before. And then for the playlist, I'll go to the Galatians on earth. Oh, what did it do? Did I accidentally delete it? Can Control Z that? Discard changes. Start all over. Because I accidentally hit some. No, what I did was I hit delete to delete the letters on there. It deleted the whole thing. Okay, now I start typing. I have to click it in there. Okay. Yeah, now what kind of stuff is it going to put up here as I slowly type this? There. Okay. Finally. Let's try playing this.
The Holy Spirit. And we can't give our babies the circumcision of Christ. If we have the Holy Spirit, we are in covenant with God, must obey his law, and physically circumcise our babies on the 8th day. Shabbat.
I think I'll put it.
God must obey his law, and
I'll put it like right about here. Why is it all flashing there? It's acting really weird. Why is it doing that? What if I do this one first? Jeepers. What am I doing something wrong?
Filled with the Holy Spirit. And we can't give our babies the circumcision.
If I do just a little bit here. Okay, I'm just dragging it over at 10:15. Let go. And then it just deletes that other one for some reason. And now I can't undo. Oh, it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to have to have it. It's earlier than I wanted to display. Oh man, but okay, let's see. How long is this?
The Holy Spirit. And we can't give our
How early on is it in that last slide? Newborn. Okay, so it looks like it's only the last couple sentences. So it should be up and unblocked for most of the discourse. Yeah, so I guess I'll just have to leave it. Hopefully they fix it before the next video. Or what if I have it selected when I move these? Nope, this is really strange. Yeah, fine, I'll save it. I'll try it in cards. Who knows what will happen? YouTube.
Hello started where he goes over more about obeying the Torah as followers of Jesus under the new covenant. We usually
I think this is this should be the only card I need. So
usually direct people to Pastor Daniel's Galatians series, where he goes over foundational teaching on that topic, the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law.
yeah, I think
There's a very controversial topic covered in that series.
All right, next. No copyright issues. Make it public. Publish. And I'll share. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here because I don't know what might come. Wow. Oh, that really blurred me out there. Just a little more. Oops. I'm almost done, but. Just go around, see, share it on Twitter. Put all the hashtags in. I gotta turn the light. Even if it does look bad on camera. And now I'll go. Promote on all. I'll post it on all those other websites that I shared this live stream to. USA.life, Gab.com. MeWe. I'll check something out on here real quick. Okay, and yeah, and then I'll do Telegram again. So I move my stuff around. Oh, now I can move this one back. Yeah, I don't need this tab anymore. There. I guess I don't need this PowerPoint open anymore. Oh yeah, and I need to put on Brighteon, my backup channel, my backup site. Let me make sure I put my last one on here. Bringing up my dashboard, it's going kind of slow. Yep, it's on here. That's good. So I'll update my future video. All right. Yeah, I can share it, and I can share this too. It's at this point, it's pretty much the same stuff as. Oh, let me just in case, let me turn on the sound. I don't think I'm sharing any sound from it, but just in case. Now I'll open up on YouTube quick where I just put it. Just so I can get the information from it there. Upload that image. Oh yeah, and then I should go and, because you can't change the playlist here, but you can but after it's already loaded, then you can. So in my last video, I have to go in and change the playlist. And now here I add it. This is a get rid of those carriage returns. Copy in the keywords from the tags. But I have to delete a lot of them. Yep. Everything else looks good. Let me go to the end. This one I think is somewhere you can't have spaces at all. Oh wait, it says you can. There's a limited number of them. It's not showing it here. Get rid of all those. Get rid of these. Oh, these I can get rid of. Oh, yeah, like I can't have an apostrophe. There. Okay, yeah, so now I got that was bothering it the first time. Now I need 3 to 25. And I don't know how many I got in there now, so I'll just keep deleting some. Foreigner I can probably delete. Israelite. I don't need both of those. I probably don't need circumcise and circumcision. So let's do that. Moses law commandments, Exodus. It's not as much about father and son, but this one. Usually get rid of, I think, Torah portion. Okay. Yeah, I wonder how many I have. Get rid of these. I won't be searched as much. I think I'll get rid of. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, and so now importance of God's law. This is my last one I uploaded here. So
Hello.
I can add to
My
playlist.
name is Henry Thrun, and this week's Torah portion is Yitro, named after Moses' father-in-law.
Torah commentary.
It occurs a few chapters
I don't have my
after
playlist
God
here,
delivered the
so
Israelites out of Egypt.
I'd probably spend more
In this
time if
portion, God had his people.
if ever lost my YouTube and I had to like spend more time on here. But you know what? Let's take a look, see how many views I am getting here. Yeah, that got 41, 18, 23, 24. This one got 101. So yeah, let me look at the ones on. Let me look at my channel quick. I can compare them. Now, my YouTube channel's been around a lot longer, so it should have more views. Let's go to videos. Rate them by popularity. So yeah, these top ones, my third best one is about the Transformer toy. The fourth is one that wasn't me. Okay, yeah, so I'm still. Well, yeah, let me just go latest. So last one, 39. So 23. Here I got 81, 47. Oh, this doesn't include live ones. This is just recorded ones. Live ones 10, 16. These ones get less. Which I'm not surprised. So it's actually comparable. Well, this one got twice as many views on YouTube as here, but considering how YouTube is much more popular than Brighteon, that's actually pretty good for Brighteon. So I got 67, 30. This one I had up as my featured one for a long time, so that's why that one has more. Yeah. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, so I think I'll wrap it up there. Grab some to eat. Actually, well, I've got my channel up. Before I leave, please like this video. I guess I have to actually go on a video to show all that. But yeah, as you hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Down here, are the Bible/Christian commentaries. So I posted today's, did it put it all the way at the end? Oh, it did. All right, so I'm going to move this up to the top. So it's the newest one. Try to keep these in chronological order. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if it's always puts them at the top or bottom, or if it's because I moved around and stuff, but oh wait, is it not letting me move? Oop. Oopsie doodle. There it goes. It goes so slow. There. Ah. No, we gotta grab it right on the edge of there. Now this is a real long playlist, so it's going to take longer and longer to move these to the top. There. Okay, yeah, so you could come. This is where I have all these videos. You can share. You can come and share this one. Just you can share the whole playlist here. You'd like. So yeah, that's it. I am pretty hungry, so I'm going to get something to eat, and I'll see. I want to get this video done, and so that's why I live streamed this first. But maybe I will live stream just a quick Bible reading later on tonight. I'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good week.